Hello everyone, I am Minoxen, and we are going to be bringing you Game 2 of a Scrim versus Lion and from pubstars. I am joined with the wonderful Tralfamadore. How you doing?
I'm doing great. It's great to see Lions and pubstars, or any team actually at this point, scrimming. The high tier team scrimming. So I'm excited to see what's going on.
Yeah, definitely a lot of time going into the TMM games here anymore. You see that a lot. You yourself play quite a few there, getting lucky and unlucky at times with teammates, but we won't focus on the unfortunates of that. What we are going to see here is that all of the bans are out, and any standouts this time around doesn't... Plague Rider actually was a ban taken out, and Demented Shaman as well from Game 1.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised Plague Rider didn't get banned the last time, but Demented Shaman is... people would say it was a standout pick, or a standout ban, but I'm not surprised to see that ban at all. It's
no, he was banned quite a bit in DreamHack. I mean, Plague Rider was one who saw a lot of action. He was actually usually picked up more than he was banned, but that's also kind of one of those, I mean, how much is Plague Rider going to influence a game? A lot of the time when you see a game get out of control, it doesn't seem like it's Plague Rider who's done it, but that awesome lane control, the nice ultimate, he's definitely a good hero.
I mean... It comes down to the fact that Plague Rider has a deny.
Yep.
And he can lane in a suicide lane better than pretty much anybody. So he's that strong of a hero, and it's pretty much, if you're a first pick, you need to ban him or pick him. So yeah.
All right. Well, we do nearly have all of the picks out here on. Yeah.
I accidentally had mine at 2 times, so I'm probably at a way different time than you are.
Okay. All right, I'll pause the recording. We'll be right back. Okay, we are back. Tralf is now watching the game at normal speed instead of his advanced level that he typically enjoys it at. We are going to see on the Legion team here for Team Lion, Bubbles, Torturer, that new thing throwing me off again, Glacius, Pandemonium, and Parasite. Parasite's one of those heroes I'd kind of like to get your take on it. Whenever I kind of took a really big break from casting there 3 months ago or so, a couple months ago, you never saw Parasite. He was kind of that one that you maybe saw MSI pick up on occasion, Fly would get him, but really in the competitive last couple big tournaments, we saw him come out quite a few times. Kind of a hit or miss as far as his success. Depends on how good they pay attention to him in the jungle. What are your feelings on Parasite right now?
Well, for one, I know Lions loves Parasite. And I don't know why he went away, or if he really did ever go away. I think he's an amazing, amazing jungle hero. Especially the fact that no other jungle hero can be so aggressive in the early levels as he can. And I know Lions loves to be aggressive very early on in the game, which is why it suits them so well. So it's definitely a Lions pickup, and I don't disagree with that pickup at all.
No, definitely a good pickup. I have enjoyed getting to see him in the competitive games. I actually really loved Parasite as soon as he came out. I was doing all the jungle strats, playing in practice mode, seeing how fast I could farm up different things. One of our favorite strats was, the level 2, level 3 gank, because he can get that level so quickly here. Be able to come out, get that slow off, and set up a nice kill there early on with an additional slow or something to follow it up. As Tralfamadore talking in spectator mode, so rude. Oh my goodness!
I see that as well. Well, since I said certain things, I will point up. I do think that Panda is very very bad in this metagame, simply because so popular is people love to rush push the Tablet of Command on heroes.
Yeah, and just nullifies his ult so easy.
It pretty much just nullifies. Not even his ult, just pretty much everything Panda wants, to do.
Yeah, and since his positioning on his flurry, and yeah, definitely. Yeah, never really thought of it in that way.
It's pretty much everything. I mean, in my opinion, Panda is not a very good hero in this metagame at all. So it'll be interesting to see how Lions plays him.
And that's something else that we saw a ton of last game, and I see it tons in a lot of competitive games, is the Tablet of Command. Do you think that item's in a good place right now? Is it picked up a little too often? Is it a little too easy to get a hold of, or what?
I think it's just perfect. I think it's just as expensive or inexpensive as it needs to be. So I think the item is perfect. I think it's just a matter of the fact that Panda, he can be extremely effective if played correctly, and I mean he deals an immense amount of damage in the mid game, but it can be completely countered by a talented command if teams want to put their focus their energies in that regard. So
Yeah, it's definitely not quite the old meta game of the Fnatic MSI tri-lane around that Panda with bot at the helm there. As we are going to see Minotaur coming out here with Parasite manning the helm there, coming out trying to get this Kraken. Will they be able to do it? He is going to take one shot from the tower, not going to go ahead and tower dive very closely there. Nicely done from Limp there, going ahead and limping his way back to the tower, getting out of that.
we actually saw mid almost go down as well, and Teal or Relo on Torturer had to go all the way back because he wasted his mana potion trying to make himself live. And he's gonna have to heal the fountain and probably TP back to the mid lane. Actually, he has no gold, so hopefully one of his teammates will buy a TP scroll for him. If not, he's gonna be in a very big deficit.
Yeah, I mean we're gonna be seeing him go back into that lane at level 1 versus a level 3 on his way to level 4 Midas right now. And like they said in the beginning, there's like deja vu. You know, you are going to see that lineup once more. This time, we do not see Torture getting the assistance early from Glacius. We do have Glacius up in that top lane helping out Panda. Parasite maybe going to be doing that a little bit here later on as well. No, actually, maybe he's going to do something now as he's running this Catman towards the middle. Might be going for something. I'm going to comment on that action down at the bottom lane here in a little bit about how aggressive they're being, but we are waiting for this Parasite to come out and get his stomp on. And unfortunately not going to land it. Says, oh, hell with it. I'm just going to walk on out of here. And forcing a little bit of mana usage there from Midas. But Myrmidon going for a little bit of the likewise. Maybe going to try and get something on Tort. Also backed up by this glitched out Magmus on my screen here. Hopefully you guys won't hate that too much. I've got some kind of a glitch going. As Tort will go down. That's how you do a gank. And yeah, that's what I was gonna say is that this Myrmidon and Magmus were playing so aggressively down here. They threw out the early ward. That's pretty big dedication there to take one of your 2 wards that you have to begin the game with, and to place it in a spot like that to where you're only gonna get vision behind that tower, and it only really pays itself off if you do get to be really aggressive and keep an eye on that tower. So, they did make that investment there instead of going for, blocking a potential pull or something like that, or going for a different positioning there. But they are going to try to do something here on this Bubbles. 2.5-second arrow. Going to be following up the stun from Magnus. Oh, the accidental double tap on the Turtle Shell, or the Shell Surf. Going to force him there as the taunt and the auto attack from Valkyrie going to be enough to finish the job. So very unfortunate there. I don't know how many times I've seen that where you're trying to get the Shell Surf off out of a stun and you've accidentally double pressed the button, so you automatically do the immediate little short jump. You do it on a lot. There's several other heroes that do that, but it's definitely one of those bad situations.
I hate to say it right there, but it was just simply a misplay by Minox, who's his alias in this game is Russian Boy 12 something. I can't even see the whole name of it.
12S. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
It was just unfortunately just a misplay on his part. He really needed to have the full duration of that Shell Surf to get away, properly, and he just didn't do it, and he just panicked or misclicked or something, and just, say la vie. Sometimes was on and didn't play correctly, but it happens sometimes from time to time.
And I'm feeling a little bit retro also in this bottom lane, seeing the Valkyrie bubbles. That's something that you used to see all the time. You'd see that Valkyrie in that bubbles, and Valkyrie usually taking the win there, as Parasite gonna be taken down there by Midas. There was a little bit of a rune contesting there, it looks like, I'm guessing, since that's exactly where he died. Unfortunately, looks like Midas won the argument very soundly.
Yeah, I think I remember, I think it was just a matter of the fact that Midas got the haste rune before Parasite, and Parasite just kind of was like, well, fuck. There's pretty much nothing I can do. I'm dead. So screw me. You got the kill on me. So it's kind of an unfortunate series of events for Parasite, and he just kind of had to take it like a man and just died.
But he will hopefully come back with vengeance, as he is now down in this jungle trying to get his levels caught up here with where they might need to be. Unfortunately, that does set him back just a little bit more. a good Parasite should be able to stay pretty close to the levels that you see in lane on a solo hero if he can get those big hard camp creeps. As top, we're going to see maybe Kraken going down again as Pandemonium getting the flurry out, finishing the job. They are doing a tower dive on Myrmidon. Will any backup be coming in here? There's the TP. I can only imagine Panda is going to be in a spot of trouble with no TP of his own to get out of here. Magmus coming in, level 2 Magmus. Another TP coming in is, hey, let's just make this a party, So, yeah, Glacius going to be going down. Pandemonium, a nice jump there. Going to be able to maybe survive. Will he be able to get out? Myrmidon using his oh god, what the hell is the name of that? His waveform to get out there, but not being able to follow it up, unfortunately. And will they get the kill on Panda? No. Looks like maybe he might get out. Midas making his journey from middle. Another nice use of the Pandemonium jump there to avoid that Midas transmute. And he will make it back to base. Wow, really, I'd sold him out on that one. I didn't think he was going to make it out of that jungle. Unfortunately, Glacius decided to be his buddy in that little venture and paid for it.
Yeah, great job by Era. Very well played by him. They actually had 4 of the enemy heroes walk up there, or not walk up there, but just kind of waste their time up there to try to get kills. They did get more hero kills than the leading team, but I don't know how much worth it was.
Yeah, I mean, we're right now 2 and 4. The experience and gold lead really not all that huge, if anything. The Legion does have a little bit of an advantage right now. I guess keeping themselves in lane, getting that experience does lend itself to, that experience advantage that they see right now that they've got. Valkyrie now up in this top lane. What did they go ahead and do? They moved Kraken down to the bottom since apparently he was having quite a bit of trouble up top. Did go down twice in a row there. What is his total score at? Yeah, he is 0-2 right now, sitting at 131 gold per minute. Not anywhere that you want to see a Kraken this early on, but he can recover. Hopefully, hopefully this Bubbles doesn't treat him too badly down here. As I don't know. I don't know that he's going to be able to fare too well since he is level 4 facing off against the old level 8 Bubbles there.
Yeah. Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, Bubbles should be doing fine.
Yeah, Bubbles actually, now that Valkyrie is gone, is going to be able to, be doing a little bit better off in this lane. They're not continuing that early on pressure that they had down there. It was successful. It did, get them what they needed, but the top lane was suffering. So, like any good team, they made an adjustment and, cycled the lane that was doing well up top here and gave that Kraken a little bit of a bone, maybe, trying to get him in a better situation, but also trying to lock down this top.
Panda getting fucking...
Yeah, sorry. He's getting comboed down really quick here as... Oh, another nice leap there. Cannonball able to save his butt. The use of the potion as well, extending his life. Will he be able to... He does dodge the weed field. Will he escape? Oh, he doubles back.
In?
Oh.
Why did he walk back in? He just suicided himself for no reason.
And Glacius, as always.
Just killed himself as well. Those are 2 unnecessary deaths completely. It was just like amazing getaways, but then for some reason they decided to suicide themselves. I don't know why, but they did.
That's when I can only imagine there was a bunch of turn it. And,
yeah,
nobody was really watching, and then because they almost had Valkyrie, they almost did, but it really, Panda, I think he was out of that. Glacius, he could have played the bait in that and gone ahead and said, hey, take me instead, and they would have stopped all pursuit. Valkyrie was so hurt, she really wasn't going to be probably chasing past tower. So yeah, definitely a needless couple of deaths there going out from the Legion team. But still with that, they sit on their 1,000 experience lead still steadily here. Maintaining that good lane presence in the other lanes, keeping their farm up. As we are almost to the 10-minute mark, we'll look at the gold per minute tab here. Going to see Valkyrie leading the charge at 337 gold per minute. Midas leading in next to that at 330. Pandemonium has had a pretty good time up here top. He did just get his farm taken down a little bit. He was probably closer to 300 there, but everyone seems to be getting a pretty decent go of it here, other than that poor Kraken on the Hellborn team there. He is really a lot lower than what he needs to be.
Right. Well, and Kraken is as long as he gets the experience that he needs, he doesn't really need that much farm per se. So if he's getting the good experience, then
yeah, once he gets the helm, he'll be in a pretty good state there. But he is well on his way to that. He's got the life tube and the shield. As
right.
Look, I'm hoping something maybe is going to happen here top with this Glacius playing back here, hoping to be able to catch someone, but no, not going to be doing that. Maybe, I don't know, was he going to... Nope, not going for a pull. I don't know what he's up to, just trying to keep his panda safe.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, viewers, that my Magnus skin here is bugged out for some reason. I guess my video card or something's getting hot and has bugged out my Magnus, but since all of the rest of the game looks normal, I'm just going to go with it. So otherwise, I'd have to restart Han. So
Yeah.
my apologies. Oh, also on that note, while we were in a tiny little bit of a lull, maybe, if middle doesn't die here, I did want to go ahead and direct everyone that has subscribed to the YouTube channel. Appreciate it. Definitely appreciate all the support. Really appreciate all of the warm welcome backs that I've been receiving. Also, be sure to go check out Tralf's stream, as we've been mentioning. A nice flurry coming out from Panda bottom there. Myrmidon stacking up on top of that Kraken. Going to be taking a lot of damage from Panda. What is the actual... they can pretty much just do Tralfamadore Han stream and be able to find you there, but do you have a preferred web link? I'll be sure to add it in the YouTube description.
It's... Oh, well, we see some action going on down here. Kraken is very low HP.
Yeah.
Oh, he does get the ultimate off.
Oh, he got the ultimate, but no follow-up,
so
unfortunate. As oh god, they're done.
Oh, Myrmidon is getting in a lot of trouble. Oh, he does go down as well to the Glacius and Parasite combo there. So, but my advertisement or my Twitch TV is twitch.tv/just Tralf. So, yep.
Excellent. So be sure to go watch that. Definitely a lot of fun there to be had, as Midas going to be going down middle to the combination of Bubbles and Torturer. So yeah, wow. No, I told Tralf I was going to be doing those plugs there in the beginning, but they slipped my mind, as things often do when you're in the presence of greatness. So.
Yo.
Oh, but yeah, I mean, we are 12 minutes into the game now. It is 5 kills to 6 here. The Hellborn is leading in kills, but they are losing in the gold and experience category so far. So let's play that fun little game that we had going last game. As what do you feel are the situations here leaning towards late game? You know, no one's really the clear winner here so far in the early portions of this game. As nice dodge from Bubbles in middle there, using the take cover, followed with the shell surf to dodge that Valkyrie arrow. Very nicely done. And Torturer kind of overextending himself there. I don't know what he was. Yeah. But yeah. So. I forget what I was asking. This action just won't stop. Oh, okay, yeah, I remember where we're at. The late game, as, yeah, we can just discuss it as people die. That's fine.
Right. Well, the late game is already coming into effect, even though it's medium game. I mean, Panda's ulting, this is why I said Panda is not a good hero, frankly, is that there's so many counters to it. And you already see counters to it right now. I mean, Panda cannot ult anybody on the Legion team without someone countering it. And right now we see kind of some action going on bottom.
Yep, the big
Panda
rundown.
Ults, but
oh, there we go. Midas going to be able to go over there and dodge that. Kraken coming in to catch this Parasite. Parasite leaping nicely into a creep there. Will be able to maybe try and escape. No, he gets hit with Magnus. Yes, he gets hit with the stun from the arrow. And that will be all of his story, as Glacius joining him. Oh, Glacius, we shall miss thee. As Torture, the action's still not ending. Torture being gone in on here. Gonna be going down as well. Pandemonium Flurry going out. Nicely done there. Does go ahead and get the kill off onto a couple of heroes from the Hellborn. Transmute going off onto Pandemonium. Will they be able to turn this into an even exchange? I don't know. Oh, God, that's going to be really close, as Bubble's going to be going down now. Pandemonium puts himself kind of in an awkward spot. 1 or 2 auto attacks away from death, as he is going to go ahead and decide to walk his way back out of there and take all of those auto attacks. I don't think he really had much option once he kind of stuck himself in the corner there.
Yeah, he was kind of screwed.
As you seem to enjoy that in the spectator mode there as well.
Yep.
But you two are pals. I saw you all streaming earlier together there, so.
Oh yeah, I love her. I mean, he's one of the best players in the game. I mean, you can't. You take anything and he really plays into question. So, if he's doing it and it looks bad, it's probably not. It's just for the.
It was his team's fault.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh yes, indeed. As what was the other one there that you play with pretty often? Fitsky as well. is another one
Yeah.
that I see you play with quite a bit there, and seems to be quite the character.
Yep. Yep. I like all of them.
And top, what are we going to see here?
Oh, top dies, but 5-second arrow on the parasite, man. Probably nothing gonna happen though.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was like, arrow. I don't see her up here. But yeah, she did land that, and gonna be getting away from that scot-free parasite. Well, other than just that little bit of damage she took, Kraken gonna be dying up top there to the combination coming out from that. And looks like we finally see the oh well, Myrmidon goes. I was going to discuss the changing of the guard in the gold and experience lead finally. But the experience lead now slightly back into the Legion's favor. Really, really close game here as far as the statistics are concerned.
Yeah, it's pretty much dead even, to be honest. And as I see again, actually, though, I really prefer Fpbs's lineup toward the mid to late game. So we'll see how aggressive Lions can be on this team, just simply because I think Lions prefers to draft a more aggressive early to mid game lineup than most teams do. So
yeah, and I mean we did see that they were holding on to a pretty solid little lead there in the beginning of the game. They were maintaining that 3.5 second arrow in the mid there. Not gonna follow it up though. So yeah, they had a pretty good start. They did hold on to that for a good while, but it just really wasn't the dominating performance that they needed to really grab hold of the game. And
right.
looking at it where it's heading right now, it might be a repeat performance from last time.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I did want to go ahead and tell the viewers that yes, this is game 2, and we do see from pubstars, going Hellborn twice in a row there, going for the obvious advantage. But how do you feel about that? I mean, do you really feel that seems to be a big issue still yet? Does it seem like
yes?
What if there happen to be any S2 folks listening right now from Tralfamadore, one of your best players? What would you see done to try and rectify the current imbalance in the map issue?
Well, the biggest thing is, I mean, Kongor is a giant issue, and I've posted about that many, many times. But a big thing is, if you're jungling on Hellborn, you have such a huge advantage just simply because the small camp right there in the middle of the Legion in your jungle, right next to your medium/hard camp, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that little triangle that you get there. I'm showing the guys on the camera where the courier's flying through.
Exactly. It's so much more efficient
to
jungle as a Hellborn character than it is as a Legion, especially if you're a hero like Legionnaire. It's just so much easier.
Especially with the change on the leash time, it makes it so much harder to be able to get this, and especially since this the medium camp there on the Legion side of Valkyrie going to be watching this Glacius TP. No, he's not going to watch it. He's going to stun him and kill him. Of course. Why would he want to watch him? That's just... but anyways, as I was saying, this pull spot down there for the Legion, that one, it's so commonly warded. And that is your triangle area, that hard camp and those two medium camps. And as a Legionnaire, if you can get that nice, awesome double stack off at the same time, that's really cool and awesome and stuff. But most of the time, you're not going to do that because they have countered that, or they've got a ward there. And especially in competitive games, where you will see so hard these teams will try to keep that Legionnaire down, and to where they're buying extra wards, they're keeping the courier parked in the right place, and I definitely got to give it to the Hellborn jungle on that, as far as being the better place to be.
Yep, I agree, and that's why Hellborn to me is much more favorable than Legion. And
would you have them just try and mirror it, as far as like the Legion side, or would you just have them like rearrange that the easy camp is, towards a lane situation, like how it is with middle there?
I talked with this about my team, and this was just in team chat, and I don't know if it's very serious, but I thought about having the Legion hard camp, which is the one that has the Skeleton Kings in it right now.
Oh, okay.
It's having that some sort of ramp into the main camp. So having that some sort of like ramp into like right to the right of it, so that you could access it easier. I would feel like that would make it a little bit more fair to the as fair as the
Yeah, so
Hellborn
you don't have
jungle?
to go, basically down
All
and
the way.
around South America there. You can go ahead and cut right through Panama and, save yourself a few days' journey.
I
Um,
thought that might be make it a little bit more fair, but that was just me. I don't know if I didn't really think
you would
about
be ruining so many tablet jukers days there. That is
it.
one of the favored places to hop and skip over there to prevent capture. But no, I mean that is one of those things, especially when you're like a parasite or something like that. You know that you're trying to make that trek over there so you can get your stack off on a camp, so you can have a couple extra creeps to get to. When you've got such a long journey time between the hard camps, it's not really all that difference between the hard camp travel time for the Hellborn, but it's just that it's not as convenient for jungling as a whole. So it
Right.
just, I don't know if, putting that little ramp there would make things a little too easy from going from hard camp to hard camp, or if it just, if they need to shuffle those around. Obviously the medium camps are going to stay in the pull spots, unless they just go crazy and do something wacky with that, but, because then you could have a clear advantage for pulling one lane versus another, but,
Right, and also if you look at the Hellborn's small camp, it's very very close to the other medium-ish
hmm
camp. Medium meaning it could be a very easy camp or it could be a hard camp. But if you reverse it and look at Legion's camp,
you've got a long way to go before you get to a
the
medium
medium
from easy.
slash easy camp is very very far away from the easy camp on Legion.
Yeah.
So it's much easier to jungle as a Hellborn generally than it is Legion. So I think the Hellborn just plus the whole position of Conqueror, which I don't even want to get into. I just don't even. I'll start raging if I get into that. But that aside, it's much more favorable to be on Hellborn in general.
Well, I guess, if we do see Lions lose this best of three, we can always just have them be able to attribute some small portion of it, maybe, to that, from Pubstars is just cheap and like the Hellborn, so.
Right.
Oh, but we are going to be 22 minutes into the game now. We're looking at 11 to 14 score. Nope, he's not going to follow that shell surf. He would have been able to do some nice work on this Myrmidon had he known. But us in God mode here do have that benefit. So we are going to see a little bit of an experience and gold lead in favor of the Legion once more. Taking that little bit of a gap back now. They are 2,500 experience ahead and 1.3 thousand gold, as Bubble's going to be paying for listening to my advice just a little late and going in on that Myrm. However, Parasite with his haste is going to be completely fine. So we're going to have, we got 4 of the Hellborn team down here. We do have top Valkyrie pushing this lane. Probably going to be able to get that tower with the use of the Call of the Valkyrie. Glacius nearly going down there. Will Midas be able to finish him off, as we are going to see Kraken has the Valkyrie ultimate. Will it save him? Torture has the Impale. Kraken juking away into the river. Yes, he gets away. Very nicely done. Valkyrie showing up. Going to be taking this back into their hands as a 3-for-none exchange
Oh
now.
wow.
In the favor of the Hellborn, and that should seal the deal, as now we're going to see a 4-for-none Pandemonium in a bad spot. Going to be able to pick up a Magnus kill, but I really am not imagining he's going to make it out of this scot-free.
Right.
Oh.
Probably not. And
Oh! No!
I
Does
don't
not.
blame Era. I don't blame Era in times like that where you're down as a team and you try to get the big plays out. But at the same time, it's sometimes better just to kind of cut your losses, just duck and run, get into
Yeah,
a
he
safe
could have
spot
used that
to be
cannonball
out.
to have gotten himself, to a better place to have TP'd there, instead of, going for the additional kill, possibly. That's what you were referencing?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he could have maybe saved himself a kill, and he wouldn't have killed the Magnus, but
Era making big plays, or trying to make big plays, like he did last game there with that toss on that Pebbles. One of those things to where if you look at it from the outside, probably not the best idea. Yeah, it's cool, it's a good, you did get something out of it. You got a kill in that case. Last time he got nothing, other than that it was a good attempt.
right.
But, so yeah, that was a pretty big toss into the Hellborn's direction here, is that that golden experience gap I was taking so long to explain as that team fight got started has shifted hands now to about a 5,000 in both category for the Hellborn, and I'll just leave it simply at that, as they're going to be doing some hard creeps here.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you don't want to see with a team that's drafted as, you know, medium to late game as you. When it's medium game, like 25 minutes like this, you want your team, which is much more focused as a medium game like Legion's is, to be ahead. And when it's ahead for the team that already has late game on you, that's a bad sign. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, as a little bit of an attempt there from Glacius and friends to try and catch that Valkyrie was thwarted, as she did go ahead and run up top and grab that Invis rune, which she will now have to her benefit for scouting for the team. Going to be playing it a little bit cautiously here, playing off to the edge, just in case they happen to have a Ward of Rev there to spot that. As the Portal Key going to be coming in from Midas, they will do a lot of damage to Pandemonium. Will they be able to finish the job? The Shrunken Head goes out. Midas going to be forced to retreat. Here we go. Magma's coming in now. Pandemonium gets the jump off. He should be scot-free, as Glacius dying in the midst of everyone there.
Man.
Oh, and Parasite. Wow, nice shove there as he did go ahead and get pushed back out of that fight. Gonna go ahead and use his tablet one more time to get himself a little bit safer position. Will he be able to avoid that? Another tablet of command being used. Wow, how many of those do we have so far? Let's look at the items. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them. And Kraken going down now, so 4.
Oh man!
Wow, and the Nullstone making that that Parasite ultimate trail him halfway across the map. That was nice.
Yeah.
So what I was getting ready to ask there on that, I mean, when you do see an item like that, because a lot of the time when they're talking about balance of items and stuff, they look at how often something's picked up, and when you see that item being picked up, four out of the 10 heroes so far this game have that item picked up. We're going to see Era try and do some nice juke work here. Unfortunately, not going to be able to make anything of it. Gets the ultimate off, but the push stick, as Tralf mentioned earlier, the tablet of command, as I should be calling it, able to ruin his day there and disjoint his ultimate. So, yeah, wow, things are going downhill really fast here for the Legion, as one bad fight after another. And, wow. So, as I was saying, with the tablet, before I get off topic, what do you... I mean, I'll ask you one more time here, hoping maybe for, you know, a little more insight on it. I mean, would you rather see something... Because it's hard to see... I guess the next closest item is something like a Storm Spirit, but it doesn't give you movement. So, is it just... do they need to do something to make that item a little more popular, or is tablet just a little too easy to get? I mean,
tablet's just a little easy to get, and it gives, you know,
it gives stats. It gives there's not really any big drawbacks to it. It's great. It can use it for saving yourself. You can use it for initiation. You can use it for you know, counter initiation, shoving someone into your group. And then it's just a battle of the tablets. It's
just a great item in general. I think it's a very balanced item though, generally. But it's also an item that's just... It's extremely good against a Panda, which is why I don't think Panda is that great in this metagame, frankly. I really don't think he is at all. And, unfortunately, Lions decided to draft him in this scrim, which... I mean, it's a scrim. It's not a huge tournament-based match. It's not like they're trying to win a giant, you know, tournament win or anything like that. But
pride's on the line. You know, you are scrimming. It's when you were scrimming with someone, I can only imagine that you're, you know, you want to win. You want to have those bragging rights. You want to play well together. And you know, they haven't been playing real sloppily. I mean, there's been a few occasions, probably from both teams, where you've seen some misplays. As Torture going to be caught completely out by the old 5-man gank. Going to be taking him down very swiftly, as now they will take that advantage and go ahead and go for maybe a little bit of a push here, taking down this defense tower mid.
Right. Yep, and well, we just see, I mean, we already see Valkyrie, who's not even 30 minutes in, 11-0. Oh, we have a big team fight kind of going on here. Glacius with the big ultimate down, Kraken's going down. Oh, Valkyrie already gets the bloodbath kill on 12-0 on onto the Parasite right there, so it's looking really good for Fpbs right now.
Yep, as Pandemonium not going to be able to escape one more time there, unfortunately for him. The Kraken ultimate actually delaying this Torturer long enough to go ahead and get the kill there. The GG well played, there we go, the concede going out very rapidly. I can only imagine that Lion is not too happy with how this game went. They didn't try and stick it out like they did last time. They accepted defeat. They understood that things got out of hand, and especially in this game to where it climbed so rapidly out of control to 14,000 and 17,000 as the differences here. 14,000 gold and 17,000 experience. That is a really big gap, especially 30 minutes in.
Mm-hmm.
So, wow, yeah, we are going to see your victors in this best-of-3 scrim as from pubstars. So nicely played to them. Well done. I think, like what Tralf has been saying here, I think part of it comes down to the drafting. We hear about it more in a lot of these competitive discussions, talking about how, Fly is, such an ultimate drafter and how it's so important to have a good drafter. To where, a lot of times you might not think of that, to where it's like, oh, well, people pick heroes, and then everyone, depending on how good they are at those heroes, that's what decides the game. Well, not necessarily. If you can be a very skilled player and still not be able to win regardless of how well you're doing. It just comes down to your whole team composition, and it looks like the Hellborn had the better one this time.
Yeah, well, I have said for a long time, especially in this metagame right now, which I love. I mean, this metagame is awesome, just simply because...
Faster games, for one.
Well, faster games, but more of that, you're seeing new heroes more often.
True,
and you're seeing new lineups, which is... so fun to see.
Way better than the old stale pick a hard carry and then rice for 50 minutes.
Exactly, the stale tri-lane, dodge, tri-lane, gank mid, have one of those heroes free farm for 25 minutes and then see what happens. This metagame is much more skill-based, in my opinion, as far as drafting goes. And I simply think that Lions has got outdrafted. And I've said for a month or so, as far as this metagame goes, the drafting, it really goes down to 60-40, maybe even 65-35. That drafting is much more important than personal or team skill goes. That you really have to be able to draft the correct heroes in a lineup if the team skill is equal. I honestly I think in both of these games that we've both watched, Fpbs draft much better than Lions, and I think it's very prevalent in that.
Yeah, I mean the writing's on the wall there. Lion did allow them to pick up the Midas twice in a row. Midas, was definitely a huge presence in this game in particular. I don't think that he was quite as big in the last game, but that was because Torturer got an early advantage. They didn't have that assistance for Torturer in that mid lane this time around. We have Midas ending 10-1 and 10 at 372 gold per minute. That is a very nice score for him. Meanwhile, you had Tort, who is 1-7 and 4, not having a good game whatsoever. They allowed the Kraken again. Kraken had some nice ultimates this game. Wasn't, an overwhelming category in either of those games, I would say. Had some good ults, but not necessarily the winning factor. I'd say a lot of this goes to Valkyrie. That nice early domination in that bottom lane gave her the strength to be able to come up to a top lane that wasn't winning and turn it around, get some kills there on Era, who was doing nicely in that top lane, who still managed pretty reasonable farm even at this point in the game, 7 and 5, almost 300 gold per minute. But yeah, they just very nicely played from pubstars here. I gotta definitely give this win to them solidly.
Yep, yeah, definitely. It's good to see a team that was able to contest with Lions, which is, one of the strongest, if not the strongest team in this metagame. And right now, I mean, they're first place winners at NASL, very dominant. And so it's good to see teams that can actually contest with them. So hats off to Fpbs.
Yes, indeed. And thank you all for watching. This has been Minoxen and Tralfamadore. Hope to see more of you, man.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for having me on to cast with you.
Oh, for sure. Anytime. And thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you next time.